It's not just the Ministry of External Affairs, but also the Ministry of Home Affairs that will take a call on whether this man deserves a passport or not and on what conditions. Joining me now with the latest is Headlines Today's Shuja ul Haq. He joins us from Srinagar. Joining me from our newsroom is Deputy Editor Shiv Arur, who's been speaking to his sources in the government. Shuja, there is a PDP-BJP government. What's the thinking in various elements of the state government on this passport issue for Syed Ali Shah Geelani?
Well, Gaurav, that is really the issue. To a lot of people in Kashmir, the passport is not a problem because passport has been issued to other separatist leaders, even Geelani himself. They've traveled out, they've traveled to Pakistan, attended conferences. So that doesn't seem new. What is new and what is different is that this time the government in place is between BJP and the PDP. And BJP was always seen as a party which has always had a very tough stand vis-a-vis separatist leaders like Geelani and other separatist parties are concerned. It is a flashpoint kind of a situation. While there are clear indications that PDP wants that the passport probably should be given on a humanitarian basis. That's what their spokesperson yesterday said. There are local BJP leaders, particularly from Jammu, who have been saying that he should prove his identity first. He should make sure that he writes Indian in his is in his passport application form. So that really is the story here, the flashpoint between the two political parties who have come together despite all odds to form the government. I think this will be very, very interesting, in a sense, what is their strategy to handle it, because this definitely has a potential to blow into a major controversy.
Will this blow up into a major controversy? Shiv, you've been speaking to your sources both in the Ministry of External Affairs and the Ministry of Home Affairs. What's the thinking in the government? Because when Narendra Modi took over as Prime Minister, he made it very clear to Pakistan, you either talk to us or you talk to the separatists. Is there a change in that template?
I think the government is actually trying to be very clear on this, even though, like Shuja rightly pointed out, this has the potential to become a very sticky issue. It's a tricky issue. The government obviously taking its time to figure out precisely, how to go about this. As for the moment, like you yourself broke, a couple of hours ago, first an exclusive here on Headlines Today, Gaurav, they're going to stick to, protocol and process at this point of time. If Syed Ali Shah Geelani wants to renew his passport, he'd better be there in person and let none of those columns in that passport renewal form be blank. He can't get away like he did in the past with leaving, the nationality field blank for whatever political purposes he may have. If he's been given a passport before with certain rules being overlooked, at least for now, the government is saying that phase is over. Protocol will be used right now. You'd better fill up every column and you'd better be there in person. All the checks and balances will be conducted on you personally when this passport is renewed. Let's be very clear about one thing, Gaurav. You and I have been speaking to our sources in the intelligence agencies and the government. The simple fact is things have changed entirely. Like Shuja said, the government is new. It has been seen as taking a tough stand, and therefore that's the reason why we're saying it's not just Syed Ali Shah Geelani's nationality, quote-unquote, that's under test, but also the government's response to this entire situation.
Very interesting. It's the response and the resolve of the government which is being tested. Shuja and Shiv, for the moment, many thanks for joining me, gentlemen. Keep tracking that story.